Sometimes the most treasured memories are never captured in photographs. In a small town home filled with framed smiles and fading laughter, one empty wooden frame holds a story deeper than any picture, a story of love, loss, and the moments that live only in the heart. Golden sunlight streamed through the living room window, glinting off rows of framed family photos that lined the shelves. 15-year-old Ben wandered aimlessly, tracing his fingers across the smiling faces of birthdays, beach trips, and holidays long past. It was during this quiet exploration that he noticed it, an empty frame. Unlike the others, this frame held no picture. Its wood was smooth with age, varnish faded, edges worn by countless hands that had lifted it over the years. Curious, Ben carefully removed it from the wall. On the back, faintly carved into the wood, were the words, "For the day we'll never forget." Confused, he called softly, "Grandma?" Moments later, Evelyn appeared at the doorway. Silver hair tied in a bun, posture frail but eyes still warm. When she saw the frame, her lips curved into a bittersweet smile. "So, you found it," she murmured, her voice carrying both fondness and sorrow. "That frame. It doesn't hold a photograph. It holds a story." Ben tilted his head. "Why is it empty?" Evelyn gently tapped her chest. "Because some memories aren't meant for paper. They live here." She paused, studying Ben's expectant face. "Do you want to know why?" Ben nodded silently. Together, they sat by the window as sunlight wrapped them in a soft glow. The empty frame rested in Ben's lap, no longer just an object, but an invitation to uncover a forgotten moment in their family's past. "It was years ago," Evelyn began, her gaze distant yet tender, "back when you were just a baby. That summer had been unusually gentle, warm breezes, bright skies, and the scent of freshly cut grass drifting through their backyard. Ben's parents had decided it was time for a proper family photograph, one they could treasure forever." Evelyn painted the scene vividly, the red and white picnic blanket spread beneath the old apple tree, Ben's mother adjusting his tiny shirt, his father setting up the tripod for the camera. Laughter filled the air as young Evelyn, vibrant and strong then, tried to keep baby Ben still while he reached for butterflies. "Everything was ready," she continued softly. "We lined up, smiling. The timer ticked down." She paused, and just as the camera was about to click, a sudden gust of wind knocked it over. It fell into the grass. The picture was never taken. Ben's brows furrowed. "Didn't you try again?" Evelyn smiled faintly. "We thought we would. We promised ourselves we'd take another next week. But life moved quickly. Errands, work, unexpected responsibilities. The next week never came." The empty frame stayed on the wall, waiting for a photograph that was never captured, holding instead the memory of a single perfect afternoon, one frozen in the hearts of those who were there. Evelyn's voice softened as her story reached its quiet truth. "Not long after," she whispered, "everything changed. Your parents, they were gone." Ben's heart clenched. He knew the story of the accident, but hearing it tied to this memory made the loss feel new again. The empty frame now seemed heavier, yet more meaningful. "For years," Evelyn continued, "I couldn't bring myself to fill it. People told me to put something in there, a family portrait, a picture of the house. But nothing felt right." She reached out and traced the frame's edges with her fingers. "That day, the laughter, the love, the butterfly you chased, it lives here." She tapped her chest gently. "A photograph could never hold it." Ben stared at the frame, seeing not emptiness but presence. He imagined the vivid details Evelyn described, the swaying apple tree, his parents' warm smiles, the toppled camera. For the first time, he felt connected to a memory he never knew he had. Quietly, Ben rose and hung the frame back on the wall. The golden light from the window struck its wooden edges, casting a soft halo around it. He turned to Evelyn, his voice steady yet tender. "It's not empty at all," he murmured. Evelyn smiled through tears. "No, sweetheart, it never was. Some memories cannot be captured on film. They exist in laughter carried by the wind, in the warmth of an embrace, in the quiet spaces between heartbeats." The empty frame on Evelyn's wall wasn't a mistake. It was a reminder that love is not bound by photographs. Ben learned that day that true family memories live inside us, not on paper. Even without a picture, the joy of that summer afternoon remained alive, more vivid than any photograph could ever be. And so, the empty frame stayed on the wall, not as a symbol of what was missing, but of what endures: love, presence, and the unbreakable bond between generations.